Hey everybody, how's it going? I am doing a New Year's video. I did one last year, so I thought I should do one again because just wanted to wish you all a happy new year and tell you my plans for next year, and also to show you what we did this year, kind of like a recap type of thing. And yeah, so first off, setting up these figures actually went very well. I was surprised that not any of them fell over. Believe it or not, I was actually shocked that they didn't fall over while setting these guys up. They'll probably fall over at some point in this video now because I'm going to be moving around. You can see Wolverine's having a little seizure over there, I think. He's moving around a little bit. But yeah, 2017 was very good for me, for customizing anyway. I got to do a lot more figures this year than I was able to do last year. Last year I only did like, actually I don't even know how many now, but it was like in the teens. I didn't get that many done because I had really pushed myself with trying to do too much at a time. And this year was a lot different, so I guess we'll go in chronological order and kind of discuss what we did this year. Hopefully you can't hear my brother laughing in the background. Now that I've said it, you probably will hear him. But I'm going to break set here. But we're going to start with what I started the year off with, and that was with the Rogue One like Part 2 figures. We have Darth Vader, Saw Gerrera, Grand Moff Tarkin, Galen Erso, and the Death Trooper. By far my favorite out of these would be the Death Trooper. I think he turned out really cool with all the sculpted bits and whatnot, and keeping it very simple and not like really heavy duty, like big, keeping it tight to the figure, and definitely was a highlight of the year for me anyway. So then my next video was for John Wick Chapter 2, which was a pretty good movie. I really liked it. I liked the first one more, but the second one was pretty good. And I made John Wick, and he turned out pretty nice. Really happy with how the face turned out and the tie there. So that was a fun figure to make. So then I made the Logan figures. We have Logan, Laura, and Professor X. Logan is definitely one of my favorite figures I made this year. Really like how that turned out. It was a great movie, by the way. Probably my second favorite movie of the year. Definitely very good. Then after that, I did my Lethal Weapons figures. We had Rogers and Riggs from Lethal Weapon.
I'm jumping! Do you really want to jump? Do you want to? Well, then that's fine with me. Come on. Let's do it, asshole. Let's do it. What? I want to do it. I want to do it. What do you mean?
I really like how they turned out. Had a lot of fun doing that. And then we moved on to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And I was able to finish those guys right before I went to Faire. As you can see, I made most of the Guardians. And definitely the highlight out of those figures would have to be Baby Groot, who was really fun to make. Something very different for me to do, and definitely was one of the highlights of that video and those figures, and these figures in general. Really turned out great, and there are certain things I would change with them, but also what was great about this is I stopped going on the bandwagon and the hype trains and all that. After this, I'm done with making figures before I see a movie, not doing that anymore, and that started with this because it just isn't fun for me, and I don't know why I was doing it to myself. And so I decided not to do that anymore. And to start that off with, I started working on Indiana Jones figures for one of my favorite films, Raiders of the Lost Ark. And this was so much fun to do, and I had so much fun making them and making the video. And it was just a blast. I wasn't able to finish them though before I went to Faire. Faire this year was a lot of fun. I love going there. It's fun to meet up with a bunch of people that have the same interest as you. I don't really get that from where I am with my, the people I know. They're not into Legos that much. So going to a place where I can just have fun and like express what I do as a hobby more as just, with a bunch of other people who do it just the same is a lot of fun. I really appreciate those guys there, and they're all very nice people. And you guys mean a lot to me, so yeah, you guys are awesome. But I made the Indiana Jones figures, and as you can see, they turned out great. Really happy with how they turned out. And then after that, I decided to make Cad Bane from Star Wars The Clone Wars, Season 6 concept art. This was an outfit we never saw him in the series, and it's actually been on my list of figures to make for a long time now. He was just a thing in the back of my mind I've always wanted to do. So I decided to make him, and I had a lot of fun doing that. And then I decided to do I just saw the movie Blade Runner 2049, by far my favorite movie of the year, and I made 3 figures from the movie, and they turned out all really nice. And then to top off the year, I made Luke Skywalker from The Last Jedi, a movie that severely disappoints me, but it was just an okay film. But by far, I was hoping for just a little bit more, like some other people were. Yeah. So yeah, those are all the figures I made this year. 28 in total, 29 if you count Groot. I do count Groot as a figure, even though he is, well, you know, I guess you'd call him a micro figure. I don't know what you would call him, but he was a lot of fun to make. But I'm super happy that I was able to make so many figures this year, a lot more, like I said, than last year. So definitely was a plus for me. Alrighty, so now we're going to talk about next year, possibly tomorrow or today, depending on when I get this up. So, first order of business, a name change. Lego Wolf 42299, I think it's too big of a mouthful, and it always sounded cringy to me anyway, especially getting a bit more older and a bit more cynical. So I was thinking about a name change, and the only thing that's come to mind for me is Wolf Figures. So let me know what you think of that, Wolf Figures. If a lot of you think it's fine, I'm going to change it to that because I want to cut out the Lego bit, because I feel like that, I know Lego aren't big on like copyright strikes and claims, but I kind of want to push myself away from any potential problem with that, and also I want to be able to branch off into other things, and I think Lego just puts too much of a focus that this is all Lego related. I want to move on from Lego. I still want to do Lego, but like Lego's going to be the main focus of the channel, but I want to be able to incorporate different stuff. So I am going to possibly change the name, and even if you guys don't think it's a good name, I'm probably going to change it anyway. So the Lego will be gone in the 42299, and we'll replace that with Wolf Figures. So we'll still have the Wolf bit, and I think that'll be a decent name change. I don't know if I can change like my social medias pretty easily enough, so that will be interesting to see. Then figure-wise, I am working on Last Jedi customs, some more figures. Like I said, the movie, I'm not huge into it, but I still like the outfits, I still like most of the characters, and the ones I'm making are characters I like, so I will, you'll see some more figures from that movie. I actually can't remember how many now, but there's a decent amount. So I'm working on them at the moment, and then after that will be Temple of Doom. I know a lot of you seem to want to see that, so that will be coming up after I'm done with the Last Jedi figures. So yeah, I'll be working on those after the Last Jedi. Then I have a Assassin's Creed Origins figure that is like started. I haven't worked on them since. Then I also have a Bandai model kit Clone Trooper for Commander Wolf that I've never gotten the parts for to finish, and hopefully I'll have him done. And then past that with customs and whatnot, I don't know what I'll make. It just depends on my mood, so it'll be a surprise. And then also I was thinking about doing a collection video showing you guys all my stuff. I think that'd be fun because I enjoy buying stuff and putting it on display, and it'd be nice to show it to other people, so that should be fun. But yeah, I have a couple cool ideas for some videos and different ways of making them a bit more entertaining, a bit more memorable, so that should be interesting to see how that pans out. But overall, really had fun with this year, making figures anyway. There's a couple, dips in the year and whatnot. I'm not going to talk about a lot of personal stuff, but for me, this year was pretty decent, especially for what I do on YouTube and whatnot, and my customs, and I had a lot of fun this year. So, also, hopefully I can make a channel banner. I don't know if you guys know, it's been black for like ever. So, I want to get the channel a bit more active, make some more videos, and just have some more fun. It's a thing I want to do more, and I just keep procrastinating about it. And yeah, so stay tuned for all that. There should be some fun stuff on the way, and hopefully you guys will stick with me another year. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a nice New Year's Eve and New Year's Day and New Year in general. God bless you, people of justice, and may the Force be with you always. Oh, I was wondering what would happen. Let's see if I can. Ooh, 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 ooh. I didn't want them all to fall over. I was really worried I'd break something. So I'm glad that's what happened. And there'll be a new one of these guys too. So you don't have to look at that weird thing anymore. But thank you guys. Love you much. Bye.